President Ronald Reagan. My son had just turned 9 years old. And all during 1980, our conversation around the dinner table was as to why we had to get rid of the socialist, progressive Jimmy Carter and replace him with a constitutional conservative like Ronald Reagan. So my son was just 9, and every day for a year, he got a dose of conservative politics from a Christian worldview. I must have told him a dozen times, you know, Ted, when I lost my freedom in Cuba, I had a place to come to. If we lose our freedoms here, where are we going to go? And you know what? There is no place to go. This is the greatest country on the face of the earth, and we have to fight to restore it. And then when he had just turned 13, an event happened that basically marked the rest of his life. We introduced him to an organization called the Free Enterprise Institute. So Ted is just turning 13. Now he's reading Adam Smith and Paul Mises and Hayek and Bastiat and Montesquieu and the Federalist Papers and the Anti-Federalist Paper. And then this organization creates a group of 5 kids. They call them the Constitutional Corroborators. Ted was one of those 5. They hired a memory expert, and they taught these 5 kids to memorize the entire U.S. Constitution. For the next 4 years, my son Ted gave approximately 80 speeches on free market economics and the Constitution. They would go into luncheon meetings, primarily Rotary clubs. They would set up 5 easels in the front of the room. And while people were having lunch, these 5 kids would write the Constitution by memory on those easels. And then after lunch, give a half-hour patriotic speech on free market economics and the Constitution. As I said, 80 speeches over the next 4 years. Before my son Ted left high school, he was passionate about the Constitution. He was passionate about the Declaration, about free markets, about limited government, about the rule of law. And that passion became like fire in his bones. And I'll tell you the reason I know that my son Ted Cruz will not compromise his principles in Washington is that fire is as alive today as it was over 30 years ago. So it gives me great pleasure on his birthday, he's spending his birthday with you to introduce